Fight fans all over the world, it's Daddy P with Slap Happy Gorilla. What? Daddy P, I'm back. Look, it's been a little minute. I've been doing shorts. But hey, look, I'm back with you. Look, Terence Crawford moving on with his career, staying busy. A lot of people criticizing him for fighting, taking on Chris Eubanks Jr. And I'm going to tell you, hey, look, Terence Crawford need to stay busy, and he wants to move up in weight, so why not take this fight? Because the fight with Chris Eubanks Jr., Terence Crawford, will be held at 160 pounds. Listen. Now, this is a fight quite intriguing to me. Everybody know Chris Eubanks Jr. was using the same trainer, Bomac, as Terence Crawford. But what makes this fight intriguing is that Chris Eubanks Jr. is a name, not a big name in the United States, but he is a name from London, England, a British name. Also, that brings new fan eyes to the Terence Crawford brand. Also, it puts him in there with a guy that has some experience, and that's at a higher weight class. Now, Terence Crawford is, phenomenal skills. He's probably going to be the favorite, even though he's going up in weight. But this is the thing about this fight, man. It gives him an opportunity to stay busy, move up in weight, acclimate to a higher weight class, getting hit by a fighter that's been campaigning at a higher weight class. So it's helping him acclimate to go up in weight. Now, everybody know he wants that Canelo Alvarez fight. He needs a strategic run to that end, and he believes this is what can take him there. Whether it takes him there or not, hey, look, I believe there's a lot for Terence Crawford at higher weight classes. He's dominated 147. The Errol Spence thing, look, for the Errol Spence fans, look, I like Errol Spence. I'm a Terence Crawford fan, but I've always liked Errol Spence. The thing about that particular fight is, man, it was dead in the water right after the first one. And first of all, the first one didn't do what they intended for it to do. That don't mean it was a flop, but it didn't do what they thought it would do. And then the second one they knew would do even worse because of how one-sided the first fight was. So the budget wasn't there. They first of all, they lost the platform. They needed a platform, and they needed something, a little more intriguing. So that fight, it was dead in the water. Then when Errol Spence, when he got the eye surgery, it was definitely dead in the water. Terence Crawford moving on from that point. A lot of people wanted to see him with Jaron Ennis. What platform would they have it on? Again, platform issues. Not the type of fight that they would want to be willing to put money up for the budget. And I know a lot of people say, oh, fans shouldn't worry about that. We just want to see the fight. Hey, I was all for that. I'm a Terence Crawford fan. I like Jaron Boots Ennis as well. I think he's the future of the welterweight division. But I would have loved to seen that fight. But being realistic, boxing is a business at the same time, and those who are grooming Jaron Boots Ennis, Terence Crawford is too dangerous for his career at this point. Even though he's, upwards of 30 fights in his career, he hasn't had that push, to become that guy. They are trying to push him to become that guy this late in his career. He's still a young guy. They got time, but he got a lot of fights in. They gotta make a push, and his career is too delicate for a Terence Crawford right now. And I think a lot of people who especially want to see Terence Crawford lose want to see that fight, but I'm gonna be honest with you, man. There's no guarantee that Terence Crawford loses that fight. Terence Crawford, not only his skill, now Jaron Boots Ennis is very skillful as well, but Jaron Boots Ennis has a lot of energy that I ain't gonna say he wastes, but a lot of energy he hasn't learned to harness and control. as much as Terence Crawford has. Terence Crawford knows how to channel his energy in the right direction. And a lot of them fights when Terence Crawford was getting hit, Terence Crawford was standing in the pocket because he knew he could beat these guys, man. Come on. I heard some people arguing about Terence Crawford. I was watching YouTube early one morning, like 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning, and they were talking about him getting wobbled by Gamboa. Look, he was melting down to that low weight, and that was at Gamboa was undefeated at that time. That was a different Gamboa than who fought Tank Davis. Tank Davis, the version of Gamboa that he fought was a much different version than the version Terence Crawford fought. So it's really not the type of thing you can compare. You know what I'm saying? But either way, Terence Crawford and Terence Crawford is a different Terence Crawford as well. Now, you got to say it. He's ran through the 140-pound division since then, won undisputed. Now he's undisputed. Well, he became undisputed at 47. He beat the top guy at 147. So, I mean, I don't know what more you want from Terence Crawford to legitimize his career. He is the legitimate pound-for-pound king for a reason. And Terence Bud Crawford is he is who he is. So, I don't know. I think this Chris Eubanks Jr. fight is brilliant from the standpoint of the career of Terence Crawford. Now, whether you want to look at it from different perspectives, that's fine. But I'm saying from the standpoint of his career, where he wants to go, this is a brilliant fight. I would have hoped for something a little bit different. But, I mean, hey, look. Everybody has a dance partner. This is as good a fight as any for Terence Crawford to move up in weight, going towards that 168 mark, and acclimating himself. So it makes sense to me for Terence Crawford. Now, for boxing fans, fight fans all over the world, a lot of people disappointed, and that's their prerogative. If you know anything about boxing, a lot of these guys who are on YouTube, it's some guys that know about boxing, but the fan part of you that wants to see certain fights can't get past the fact that they want to see Terence Crawford versus Jaron Boots Ennis. That fight was never going to happen, y'all. And not just from the standpoint of Terence Crawford. They are grooming Jaron Boots Ennis to be the next guy to take over that division at 147. So Terence Crawford is done with that division. The only reason I believe he was holding on to those belts is because he could have leapfrogged through the WBO to fight someone like a Tim Tszyu that could have put him in a position to unify at 154. You know, he could have possibly fought for that title and another title at 154, and that was history for Terence Crawford. He would have unified at a different division, not meaning become undisputed, but unified. You know, unify 2 belts, maybe the WBO and one of those other belts he probably could have fought for once he got the title. He would have been more in the driver's seat. But that was a strategic move for him, moving up in weight. But at the same time, you know, him getting the opportunity to move up even further. And hey, look, that 160-pound division is wide open. It is wide open because there are no mega stars there that are campaigning. And him fighting at that weight, I don't know. You never know what could happen. Now, he's getting older. He needs to do what he's going to do. But even if he becomes champion at 160, that would be a mega feat for his career. That would be good history for his career. But he believes it's going to take him closer to Canelo Alvarez. And maybe it can. I mean, maybe, you know, you never know. Boxers say what they will. I remember Canelo Alvarez said he would never fight Triple G a third time, but he ended up fighting him a third time. So, you know, Canelo saying that he won't fight Crawford. I mean, hey, that is what it is. So, I don't know what y'all think about it. I know a lot of people are opposed to what my opinion is, but that's all right. I'm a fan just like you. If you have an opinion, share your opinion. Like, hate, comment, subscribe to the channel. Hit that bell icon so you can be notified every time it go down. This Daddy P. Y'all holler back at your boy. I'm out of there.